Dream breaks into a million tiny little pieces, which leaves you with a choice. You can either stick with it, which is unbearable, or you can just go off and dream another dream.
Hi, I'm Lily Sogeb, and today I'm going to be talking about director Trademarks, specifically Mike Nichols' successful career. His hard work and success got him a long way, allowing him to work with actors such as Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts, and Carol Kane because of his credibility. Mike Nichols worked as a director, actor, comedian, and producer. He was born in 1931 in Germany, but sadly passed away in 2014. Throughout all his 29 films, Nichols had a few specific trademarks that stood out to me as his own style. Now, we're going to be talking about 3 different trademarks by Mike Nichols. To start off, number 1 is mise-en-scène. Nichols uses this technique in many ways. We're going to use a scene from his famous film, The Birdcage. This movie is about a young boy who fell in love with a girl. The catch is that he's the son of 2 gay men who own a nightclub, while she's the daughter of a rich, homophobic politician. When her parents come to meet his, the boy scrambles to create a situation that they would accept. He reaches out to his biological mother and asks her to pretend like she's married to his father. But his other dad becomes emotional and hurt at the thought, so they decide to have the dad dress up as a woman instead. In this process, they forget to inform the biological mother that they no longer need her help, which is where this scene begins.
Well, this woman has just introduced herself as Val's mother. How many mothers does Val have?
Just one. This is my mother. My father owns a nightclub downstairs. My mother is the star.
What?
We lied to you.
Throughout this moment, characters begin to catch on to what's happening. This starts off with Val's mother, to where she moves to the side where everyone understands that Val's parents are the 2 men. Then goes Barbara's mother, to where they have to explain to her father that they were lying this entire time.
What?
The side where all the round characters are standing, other than the father, is mise-en-scène. It represents that all these characters know the situation and excludes the person who doesn't, all while being in an order that makes sense and is well thought out. This is a common theme throughout Mike Nichols' films. He uses mise-en-scène to portray a deeper meaning, not just for aesthetic, but including that aspect as well. Another example of this is in the movie The Graduate, where the protagonist, Ben, is figuring out life after recently finishing school. As this scene shows moments of Ben relaxing, then talking to his dad and eventually his dad's friends as well, there's a sense of mise-en-scène where the placement is made thoughtfully and creatively. The lighting showing the adults shows the disattachment of the older generation to Ben and how he feels. There's a point when Ben cannot even see the adults. This is a physical representation of how lonely and isolated he feels, with no one really to hear him, all while using mise-en-scène to show it. Now moving on to number 2, montage. Nichols' original use of montage sometimes includes transitions between times and at others shows the complete opposite. Overall, his purpose is to create confusion and clarity at the exact same time.
A love once knew has now grown old.
Ben, what are you doing?
Here, it is clear that Ben has moved on to a conversation with his dad.
Well,
but it's confusing whether or not this
I'm
location
just
switch
drifting
was in a lapse of
here in
time
the
or his
pool.
imagination.
Why?
The secret is wax paper.
Wax
If you
paper?
butter the wax paper on both sides, then add
The audience understands that the protagonist is undergoing some struggles, but once again, we have no idea how long this has been going on, although Nichols does drop the hints through the soon-to-be bride's body language throughout the clips.
Not second
This
marriages.
leads me to my third and final trademark I will be touching on today, which is deadpan comedy. In every film I watched, this was used in order to cover more difficult topics while being comedic. Nichols uses this for the purpose of keeping engagement and entertainment with erratic actions or behaviors.
People know how. Now, do you think that's because my dad was a Greek soda pop maker, or do you think that's because I'm an
Although
American
this is a very
spy?
serious moment
Go
between
fuck
two
yourself,
people,
you
his
fucking child.
actions were quite funny, and the way that he asked for approval at the end of the scene makes it even better.
How was I?
Well, that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing about all of Mike Nichols' trademarks.